Have you ever really looked at those dark, snaking lines on the pavement and wondered what their story is? They're not just random cracks. They're actually a sign of a constant battle happening between your asphalt and the elements. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into the secrets of cracked pavement and, more importantly, show you how to win that war. Take a good look at this picture. Whether it's your own driveway, a path you walk on, or the parking lot at your local store, I bet this sight is pretty darn familiar. This web of cracks and repairs, well, this is exactly what we're talking about today. You see, this isn't just simple damage we're looking at. It's more like a story of stress, of weather, and just the passage of time, all etched right into the pavement. Every single one of those cracks is a clue that there's a much deeper process at play. Now, you might think these big, obvious cracks just pop up out of nowhere overnight. But nope, that's not how it works at all. They're actually the very last stage of a long, slow process of breakdown that starts with tiny weaknesses that you can't even see with the naked eye. So what is the real culprit here? What's turning that smooth black surface into a fractured mess? Well, let's peel back the layers a bit and expose the invisible enemies that are at work. Turns out there are two main suspects. First on the list is something called oxidation. The easiest way to think about it is like this. You know when you leave a rubber band outside in the sun for too long? Over time, it gets all dry, stiff, and brittle, right? Well, the exact same thing happens to the binder, the glue, in asphalt. The sun and the air attack it, and it loses its ability to hold everything together. And then we have the ultimate villain in this story, water. It is, without a doubt, the single most destructive force your pavement will ever face. A tiny little crack is like a small leak in your roof. It lets water seep down deep into the foundation, washing it away. And then, when winter hits and that water freezes, it expands with incredible force, literally prying the crack wider from the inside out. So here you can see the whole life cycle in action. It all starts with a tiny, almost invisible hairline crack. Then, water and the stress of traffic open it up further. Before you know it, you get what's called alligator cracking, that classic spiderweb pattern you see everywhere. And if you ignore that, well, you end up with a full-blown pothole. It's a chain reaction. A small problem, if you leave it alone, will always get bigger. Okay, this is where it gets really important. Deciding when to repair these cracks isn't just about making things look nice. It's a huge financial decision. Paying for a small repair right now can literally save you from a massive, and I mean massive, replacement bill down the road. And the difference is it's stark. Look at this. If you act now, you're looking at a quick, simple crack filling with low material costs. It's easy, and it preserves your pavement. But if you wait just 1 year, you could be looking at major water damage, an eroded base layer, and complicated, expensive patching. Or even worse, the risk of having to replace the whole thing. This chart really says it all, doesn't it? For every single dollar you spend to seal a small crack today, you could be shelling out $10 or even more to fix the pothole that it's guaranteed to become. Trust me, delaying repairs doesn't save you money. It costs you a whole lot more. All right, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's talk solutions, because there is a solution. Remember those clean, dark lines from that first image? That's the sign of a job done right. So what's the secret to a really good, lasting repair? This right here is the key. You have to get this into your head. A proper repair isn't just about filling a hole to make it look better. It's about creating a tough, flexible, and completely waterproof seal that stops water's destructive cycle for good. The way the pros do it is actually a very precise, methodical process. First, they clean out every bit of debris and moisture from the crack. Then, they actually heat the walls of the crack to make sure the sealant will stick properly. After that, a hot, rubberized sealant is injected deep down inside. And finally, it's smoothed over to create that durable, waterproof bond we were just talking about. So, fixing cracks when they pop up is super important. But the real goal, the way you actually win this game, is to shift from being reactive to being proactive. It's all about maintaining the long-term health of your entire paved surface. So how do you stay ahead of the game? Well, it really boils down to 4 key habits. You need to do regular inspections. You have to fill cracks the moment you see them. You should put on a protective seal coat every few years, and you have to make sure you have proper drainage so water doesn't pool on the surface. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is your pavement's first line of defense? Is it a solid sealed surface ready for anything? Or is it a network of cracks just waiting for the next big storm? Just remember, preventative maintenance is always the key to protecting your investment and saving a ton of money in the long run. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.